Welcome to BYP's first U.S. Leadership Summit in Atlanta. Yes, and we are starting at time and not fulfilling the stereotype. For those of you who do not know what BYP is, basically our mission is to really just excel Black professionals through mentorship, sponsorship, upskilling, educational opportunities, and career job opportunities through networking, our website, and the services we offer. BYP has been around for about 6 years now, started off in London, and now we have 150,000 Black professionals in our network globally. Amazing. Atlanta is our second US chapter, and we had our first US chapter in New York, and we're trying to expand to Chicago, Houston, all over, so great things happening. My name is Lauren DK. I am a co-chief for the Atlanta chapter with Ashley Miller, who's walking down the aisle right now. I am a DI professional by trade, spent some time in finance, started off as a CPA, so been around many professions. Just want to start off with some housekeeping. So we are streaming live, so we have some virtual participants. Please honor your bodies. So there's snacks outside. The restrooms are straight back towards a hotel lobby. Take breaks, get some snacks, get some beverages whenever you want. We are not expecting any fire drills, but if we do, please exit the way you came in, which is straight around and to your left. Q&As are going to be available for each panel. What you're going to do is use the QR code, which is on the, okay, it's going to be on the screen. And what you can do is just scan it with your phone, type in your question, and then Ashley's going to make sure it gets to the panelists. And then lastly, we want to memorialize this event and make sure we capture on social media. So please, as you take pictures, you're going to tag BYP Network, and then also use the hashtag BYP Summit ATL. And we'll have that, oh, that's actually on screen as well. We also want to thank Cisco for being our headline sponsor. They have a booth out back. I believe they also have a QR code, so you can scan it and submit your resume. They're going to have a lot of jobs coming into Atlanta in the next year, so please take advantage of that networking. And I just want to again thank everyone for being here and showing up and showing out, and everyone looks beautiful. So I am going to introduce our CEO and founder, Kike Onuende Ogoro.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. As Lauren said, my name is Kike Onuende Ogoro. I am the founder and CEO of BYP Network, and it is such an honor to be here today. I just really want to tell you a bit about why BYP Network started, and just our plans for going global, and also something exciting that we are launching this year as well. The clicker doesn't, okay, there you go. Okay, I might need help with the clicker. Okay, we are here to advance the careers of Black professionals globally. Next slide, please. And essentially, I started BYP Network 6.5 years ago, and it was just from my own experiences. So I grew up in East London. Has anyone been to the UK before? Yeah? Okay, so I don't know how much you know about London, but London is quite a diverse area in the UK, and I grew up in East London, which is super diverse. So that's Black, Asians, all types of minorities. But what happened was I went into the world of work. So I went into finance, and there were no Black people in the offices that I was in. As in, it will just be security guards or cleaners. So, you know, if I'm there and I see a cleaner, we're like, nod heads, like, yeah, thank you for representing us. But I found it strange that, okay, why are we not here? This is only half an hour away from my house. You know, I'm in an area, my school's diverse, but we're not here in finance or in the offices. And because my background was, I did javelin for Great Britain. I also was very academic, so like A stars at a local state school. I think you guys call it public school here, I believe. And so I gained that opportunity just, you know, from being excellent per se. But when I was there in those environments, I'd ask the person next to me, you know, let's say a white man, like, oh, my dad got me in here. So it was like a big discrepancy of, okay, what is the standard to get an opportunity? You know, I've had to be this elite athlete with stellar grades to be in the room, but the standard doesn't seem consistent. And so I gained an opportunity to go out and study at the University of Florida. So whoop, whoop, go Gators! Yes. And that was an amazing experience for me. I mean, America really, okay, I think we're having problems with the slide if we go back. But America really invests in people. And by that point, when I went out there, I already thought, okay, Black people, we are just athletes, we are just musicians. I didn't see us in a lot of work. That's the standard. That's what the media says. But actually, when I was out there, I met so many incredible people from a range of he was working in Silicon Valley and he could state his own salary, for example. I met doctors who were traveling the world and just changing lives. And I remember thinking, okay, like, we're the same globally. Like, weirdly enough, I didn't know that. I did not know. Why did I not know that as a Black person in the UK? And it just kind of felt like there needs to be some sort of solution. And in 2016, of course, Black Lives Matter was happening, kind of the first wave. And I remember just feeling like, okay, there must be a solution here. And I can't be the only one who feels this way. Maybe if we find each other all around the world, then we can come up with ideas and then we can problem solve. So whether we, help each other get jobs, we help invest in our businesses or start businesses together, or we also just understand how to even be leaders in the world of work, community, government, because there was just such a lack of representation. So I just felt like we needed more role models and we needed a way to see people who look like us so that we too know what opportunities there can be for us too. So that's how the idea of BYP Network was born. 6 years later, as I mentioned, we have over 150,000 members globally. We work with over 1,000 organizations in some capacity. So whether it is that they use our job board or they sponsor our events or they offer mentorship opportunities, we're really just here to be the plug. That's how we see ourselves. We're here to give Black professionals and students around the world opportunities. So wherever that is, we're here to give it to you. We don't need anything back. We just want you to win, and we need to see you win so others can also know that winning as a Black person is real and exists. Thank you. So yeah, just as I mentioned, that's why we exist. We're here to bridge the gap. We're here to empower the Black community. And we actually have 8 mission statements, but I want to focus on 2 of them. So number 3, we're here to focus the Black narrative to one of aspirations, attainability, and achievement. So again, we hear a lot of negative news. You hear negative stats all the time. Oh, Black people, they don't graduate as much, or Black people more like to be in prison, or more like to be arrested, knife crime, gun crime. But how about we just focus on the positives, right? That might be just 1% of the community. What's 99% of the community doing? So let's focus on those achievements. Let's know what we can attain, what we can aspire to. And that's what BYP Network is about. It's about amplifying what's going on in the community so that we can now change the Black narrative by knowing what is real. And then we're also here to enhance Black lives through providing new opportunities and connections. So that's why you're all here today, to meet one another. It's all about networking. You don't know what great opportunities will come out of today, whether it is a job at Cisco or other organizations, maybe you start a new business. There's even high schoolers here as well who can gain mentors. So it's so exciting to be here in Atlanta and to know that, there's Black professionals here that are ready to just continue to advance their careers and also be role models for other people. So as I mentioned, we have really grown as an organization and a community, but our focus is global. We want to be in every city in the world. There needs to be a BYP Network chapter wherever you go so that you know that you can move anywhere. I know there's a thing about traveling while Black where, can I move to this area? Is there going to be Black people here? But through BYP Network, we want to make sure we can connect you to communities no matter where you go. So if you want to go to Brazil, there should be a BYP Network community out there. No matter where you are, that's where we want to be. And we've done that so far with about 18 chapters. So obviously we've got our New York chapter, Atlanta, as Laura mentioned, Houston, and Chicago will be opening as well. We've got Leeds, we've got Nairobi, we've got Lagos, we've got Dubai. So we're just really looking to expand, and hopefully by the end of the year, we'll get to about 40 chapters. Maybe 200 next year. So we're ambitious with it, and we're just a small team of about 20 people. So as I mentioned, we're really here when it comes to organizations to help them attract, retain, and engage Black talent. So what that looks like is whether it's our leadership summit, leadership conference, we have careers fairs. They've been virtual because of the pandemic, but we'll actually be in person in the UK this year. We also have our job board. So if you go on bypjobs.com, there are hundreds of jobs there from organizations who are looking to hire Black talent. We also offer mentorship. So how that looks like is that employees in the organizations that we work with, they mentor the people in our membership base. And that's really good because that has a 20% conversion rate. So those on that mentorship program tend to actually work for the organizations that they're being mentored by. So that's a great way of just also building allyship as the mentors from a range of background. And of course, we just do so much kind of in terms of amplification. So our webinars, our blog pieces, whatever that is, just to make sure people can see the representation and also to see what happens inside organizations. So if you're a Black professional, you might want to work at Cisco. And so we're able to amplify the people at Cisco to tell you what it's like to work there, essentially. And let's see if this moves. So this is just an example of some of the partners that we work with. And here we've got a testimonial from Cisco. They've hired from BYP Network. Obviously, they're here as our headline sponsors. Let's just say thank you again, because without them, this wouldn't even be possible. So we really, really appreciate it. And all these organizations, they're working with us, again, to attract, to retain, to engage Black talent. And we have, every single week, we have at least one event, one webinar on thought leadership, on upskilling. So whether it's how to get into tech, how to build your personal brand, whatever it is, we've pretty much done it, and we continue to do it. And we're just so excited to keep on expanding and keep on offering services to help enhance Black lives. So I've mentioned our chapters already. Okay, next. I just want to kind of highlight our BYP's chapter leaders. So you've already met Lauren, and Ashley's here as well. So again, thank you both, as we've already hosted some events in Atlanta. So we'd love for everybody here today to just be part of that Atlanta community. We have kind of monthly events, or every 6 weeks or so you can continue to get connected. And then we also have New York. So last week, we actually hosted our first Leadership Summit, and that was at the Hard Rock Hotel in Times Square, and that was an incredible way to launch into the USA. And obviously we're here today. Next year, no promises, but we're aiming to launch in many more cities as well. And I guess just in terms of the Leadership Summit, why you're all here today, the idea came around a few years ago where just again, with the pandemic in 2020, it was like, we need a change. There needs to be a difference in 10 years' time. So the idea around the conferences was a decade of proactive change. So every single year we have a different theme towards us changing the Black narrative, essentially. So if you remember in 2020, sadly, a lot of Black people and people of color died the most from COVID. The news kept coming the same. We're the ones in the front line. We're the ones who already have health issues. So we were dying the most. And for me, it was like, okay, how again do we as individuals come together? And sure, if in, God forbid, 10 years time, there's another COVID, we're not the ones dying the most. So we've had a Collaboration is Key in 2021. We had, I can't really see that last one, but we have this year's Intentional Steps in October. And right now it's Knowledge is Power, which is part of this series right now. And I want to kind of show you what we'll be launching next. So the name Javelin by BYP Network, I did not come up with the name Javelin. Just want you guys to know. Someone in the team did. But it actually made sense because Javelin is kind of like, you have to be focused to throw a javelin. You need coaching to throw a javelin. And you also need to be quite direct. And from the Black community, Javelin is a warrior tool, it's a spear. And so our new product, Javelin by BYP Network, is essentially a careers advancement platform. So you will get all the opportunities you need direct to you, and it's personalized as well. So you'll fill in information, and then we'll be able to be like, okay, this is the relevant job for you from what you filled out. Okay, you're looking for a mentor. This is the right person, again, from what you filled out, as well as being able to connect directly to people at the organization. So this is kind of the next phase with BYP Network. And through our events, through our content, through our webinars, we'll be able to continue to grow the platform. So I just want to show you a quick video about how the platform will look. And then at the end of it, you can actually scan the QR code to sign up to the wait list if this is something that interests you. Okay, if we increase the volume. Can everyone hear it?
Employment opportunities for over 150,000 community members enabled by 1,000+ partner organizations that we've worked with. When you first step up to Javelin, we'll gather all the usual personally identifiable fields, including name, email address, gender, race, and what is designed to win OKR is by being a part of. By gathering their work, the gather an algorithm that starts to get a clear understanding of the user's professional career and to start to see areas where we can help them advance towards the career objectives and key results.
We ensure we get a lot of data to help with the matching process.
Once the onboarding is completed, you'll now start to raise the job opportunities based on the criteria, upcoming events that may be presented to you, and mentorship opportunities that all help you advance your career. Eventually, our partners will have access to your own back-end administration dashboard, and they'll be able to update their company profile, add their jobs, do candidate shortlisting, and facilitate mentor-mentee matches, all from within the Gallery package. We invite you to join us as we advance the careers of millions of Black professionals, resulting in real-world impact.
Okay, so if you can scan that code, if you'd like to sign up for the wait list, that would be amazing. I'll give a couple minutes. Well, no, 1 minute. Okay, I still see some phones. Perfect. Yep. All right. Thank you all so much for listening to my introduction. I hope you enjoyed today. As I said, this is part of our leadership conferences. This is our second one in the USA. And I just look forward to hearing all the feedback and all the learning that we will get today. I'd love to invite Alita Howell, Global Director, DI Business and Recruiter Strategy at Cisco, to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. You look amazing. I am Alita Howe. Well, I did not realize how much work you all were doing in this area. Javelin is amazing. So just however, I won't say however we can support you, but we love to continue the partnership. And thank you for including us in this amazing event and opportunity to be here to support this work that you're moving forward. So again, I'm Alita Howell. I'm the Global DEI Director for Talent Strategy at Cisco. We are so proud to be a partner at this amazing event with Black young professionals as you continue to expand your footprint from the UK. I didn't realize all the countries you were in, and of course across the US. So at Cisco, we see inclusion and diversity as essential to fueling what we call the power of connection. And we see inclusion as a bridge to possible, a way to connect diverse perspectives, to spark new ideas, explore new possibilities, and tap into the power of digital transformation. And this is what helps us drive our purpose. So a bit about Cisco, for those of you who may not be as familiar with our company. We are a global technology company with more than $51 billion in annual revenue, more than 80,000 employees. I think 80,000, we're 85,000 or so employees globally. And basically, in a nutshell, we power the internet. Our products and services include networking, collaboration solutions, security solutions, wireless and mobility, data center, IoT, video analytics, and software solutions. But I truly believe what differentiates Cisco as a company is our purpose. And I love doing work every day to drive that purpose forward. And our purpose is to power an inclusive future for all. We drive this purpose each day by really working to lead the way and driving change in our society, seeing the world through the eyes of others, and stepping up to the challenges of inequity to create possibilities so that everyone can, again, explore opportunities for tomorrow. So I've been at Cisco for 11 years. I've spent most of that time working in the DEI space. I'm really, really proud of a lot of the work that I've been able to be involved in and being on this journey. We've made a lot of strides in that time. But I'd have to say, you know, like many companies in 2020, that really became a turning point for us as we think about our DEI journey. Because it was during that time that our CEO and our executive leadership team made a commitment to continue to support the African American Black community and really stand in solidarity with our community. And we did that by, I would say, you know, walking the talk. So Cisco made a $350 million commitment to support the African American Black community. We did that by launching 12 social justice actions. Those actions include making a $150 million commitment to historically Black colleges and universities, STEM education and tech upgrades. That was our Action 8. We made a commitment to increasing partnerships with Black-owned businesses. That was Action 9. And then the action that I lead, we also had an Action 1, which is focused on legislation that impacts the African American Black community. And then the action that I lead, which was Action 2, was focused on increasing representation at Cisco. So I'm really proud to say, and it was across all levels. I'm really proud to say that since 2020, and this is public information, I would encourage you to look at our purpose report to see the strides that we've made over time, but particularly since 2020. But since 2020, we've increased our African American Black representation by 60% overall, and that far exceeds our goal. Thank you. Thank you. We know we still have a lot of work to do. My whole team is here that supports me. Alberto, Kiana, who else is here? Suzanne, TJ. So they work each day with me. They deal with me. They put up with me to help continue to drive this work forward. And they tell me what to do. We know we still have a lot of work to do. That's why we're here. That's why this partnership is really so important to us. And so we want to continue to build relationships with organizations like BYP, network with all of the amazing folks that are here today. I commend you for taking time to pour into yourselves and invest in your own careers. As we all know, we own our own careers. And so coming to events like this are just one of the ways that you can continue to do that. So on that note, I thought I would take an opportunity to bring with me one of our executive leaders to share some of her experiences, not only as a Cisco executive, but as a Black woman who has spent her career navigating in the tech field. So Kenyatta Walker is going to join me on stage in just a second, but before she does, let me give you just a little bit about her background. She's a vice president within our IT organization, responsible for delivering best-in-class technical solutions that power Cisco's critical internal human resources and legal applications. Her organization is committed to creating exceptional employee experiences by focusing on engineering with automation, simplicity, and security, making Cisco an even better place to work. We did receive the best place to work for the third year in a row by Forbes, just saying. Just want to put that out there. I saw this part about Kiana's background and I was like, how in the world? So she has more than 24 years of experience, not to harp on that, but I was just like, no, we all look good, right? 24 years of experience in technology, digital transformation, operations, and engineering. In her previous role, she was the vice president for IT operations, where she led strategy, governance, risk, and compliance. Prior to joining Cisco, Kenyatta led IT transformation and operations for ADP. She's passionate about mentoring, fostering professional development, young women of science, and in STEM, arts and math, STEAM actually. Kenyatta currently serves as on the advisory board of directors the Advisory Board of Directors for Women in Technology, WIT, and the Advisory Council for the Executive Women of Goizeta at Emory University. She holds an MBA from Emory and a BS in Software Engineering Technology from University of Southern Mississippi. Okay. And she was recently selected as a member of the 2024 class of Leadership Atlanta. Kenyatta lives in Johns Creek with her husband and daughter. And when she's not spending time with her family and friends and not on the softball field cheering on her daughter, she enjoys travel and exploring new places. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Kenyatta to the stage.